lot of boxing, a lot of sparring, all the physical straining, running, lifting weights. That's beautiful. But you need to practice on what you have to do, and you have to box. So you should do as much boxing as possible leading up to the fight.
Who am I? You know, who am I to the people? You know, I have a kid now, like I said before. Honestly, it's just that fatherhood time. You know, I haven't yet spent much more time with my son as I would want to. And he'll understand that as he gets older. If I can see, like, how can I change and how can I give my son more knowledge rather than luxury things, then I'm gonna do that. You know, and the take back is really just about inspiring others like we always do, and grabbing everything, becoming a 2-time undisputed world champion, breaking history and making more records, doing things that people have yet to see. And I'm just grateful to even be here, honestly.
You're hitting the bag, right? I see you hitting them when you walk. I want you to do like this. Boom, 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 boom. They keep for boom, 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 boom. How long you can do that? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. A combination, boom, like punch, boom, 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 boom.
And of course, hard work pays off. So this is where it shows. And yeah, man, I think that's the hardest part, though, is taking it all in. I think that's the hardest part, taking it all in. Cause I want more. I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied yet. I need more.
What else more you want? What is more boxing can give you?
I need to put my foot in their neck, Mike.
Oh, you want to hurt people? I
want to hurt them.
That's a good one.
You know why? You know what I love about you, Mike? Is that right there. You always wanted your foot on their neck. Yeah. And I love that because it's the best feeling, man.
That's what the believe it or not, that's what the people want.
Yeah, of course.
People want that.
Have you ever felt that moment when boxing suddenly stops being chaos and transforms into a quiet chessboard where every pause matters and everyone involved is making the smallest, sharpest moves to win not only the fight, but the story that follows it? That's the exact pulse of the moment right now. A viral clip cut through the noise and showed one undeniable truth. Mike Tyson pulling up at Teofimo Lopez's camp, locking into the work, running drills with purpose, and even handing Lopez a flash of those old-school peekaboo fundamentals, instantly changing the atmosphere and raising the stakes.
I just say to God, I need your help here. Because I'm about to do something that you know I'm not built to do, and that's quit.
When you see the footage, you instantly know what I mean, because there's a weight to it that's impossible to fake. Iron Mike is right there, sharpening reflexes, tightening slip and counter drills, moving with that unmistakable aura of someone who has stood at the very top and survived it. This isn't just a cameo designed for headlines or nostalgia. These clips keep getting shared and reshared across social media, spreading fast, and together they paint a clear, undeniable picture of Tyson quietly lending his hard-earned experience to Lopez's preparation. Now let's flip the tape, because right after those sessions, the story takes a sharp turn no one saw coming. Tyson, a man who has never danced around his opinions, suddenly shifted the spotlight toward Shakur Stevenson, and that's where things got interesting. His words didn't land softly, they landed layered, sounding like a compliment wrapped tightly around a warning. On one side, he gave Stevenson his flowers, praising the polish, the calm, the high-level ring IQ that separates contenders from craftsmen. But on the other, he didn't sugarcoat reality, speaking bluntly about what it truly takes to survive someone like Teofimo at this level. That mix, respect fused with a hard reality check, is exactly why his comments hit social feeds like a sudden forearm slap. And if you're Stevenson, hearing Mike Tyson say respect is earned, but confidence can get you hurt, is the kind of public pressure that doesn't just make noise. It snaps you wide awake.
Do you recognize this energy?
Energy is beautiful, but we need something to match it. We need some.
Can't nobody match this energy, Mike. Come on.
I know, but you're looking at it, and this used to be a space that you lived in.
There's no doubt about it. That's why I'm getting excited with the other opponent.
Mike's just an instigator at this point. He just wants to instigate it. I love it.
Yeah, but I think the biggest thing about it though is that guys like yourself, legends, I call it, is you guys paved the way. And I appreciate the sport so much. But there was one thing that you had once said. It's like, the way I love the sport, it could hurt you though, because it could break your heart many times.
Oh, many times.
And that's what it's been doing.
Man.
I love it. I love the sport. But my biggest thing now, my goal is not about, yes, the financial funds and all that. Absolutely. Get paid. We risk our lives. But the whole thing is about making the fights happen.
Let's be real for a moment. What does it mean when Tyson, the man who literally rewrote what power, fear, and presence look like inside the ropes, takes the time to teach a young fighter like Lopez? First, it flips the narrative completely. It signals to the world that Lopez isn't just grinding through drills. He's soaking up old-school craft, the kind forged and battle-tested in the fiercest wars of the ring. Second, it injects a layer of uncertainty. Tyson's peekaboo isn't just flashy. It's a blueprint of compact defense, crushing counters, and timing so precise it can haunt a fighter built on single-shot torque and bursts of relentless pressure. The takeaway: Lopez walking out of those sessions isn't the same Lopez who walked in. Something fundamental has shifted, and the ripple effects are only beginning. So, where does Stevenson fit into all of this? For fans who live for the story, it forms a delicious, tense triangle. There's Stevenson, the slick defensive maestro, precise and calculating. Lopez, the confident, explosive puncher, packing power in every move. And then Tyson, the unpredictable wildcard mentor, quietly sharpening Lopez's tools while the world watches. Tyson's words, equal parts respect and warning, do two things at once. They acknowledge Stevenson's skill, and they hint that Lopez might step into this fight with a strategy no one saw coming. That subtle psychological nudge matters more than it seems, because in the biggest fights, momentum often isn't just about punches. It's about what fighters think about each other before the bell even rings.
The further you pull your hand back, the harder you punch, but it's not. Punching comes with relaxation, real good pinpoint accuracy punching. You can hit a guy with pop and boom.
Let's get specific. The meat and potatoes of what Tyson's involvement could actually do to this matchup. Shakur's biggest strengths are razor-sharp distance control, slick head movement, and that almost surgical precision in turning defense into offense. In the ring, he's like a watchmaker, making micro-adjustments, reading timing down to the smallest fraction, and exploiting every white space with calculated intent, each movement building into a rhythm that few can disrupt.
Yes, sir. Last three.
Lopez, by contrast, is more like a wrecking ball with a map, explosive, fearless, and capable of ending rounds with a single, perfectly timed sequence. Tyson's peekaboo isn't about looking graceful. It's about turning raw power into something terrifyingly efficient. Compact guard, smart bobbing, precision counters, and ruthless timing. If Lopez even catches a fraction of that, he can close distance while cutting down risk, reshaping how he attacks. And that's a nightmare for anyone trying to keep the fight clean, controlled, or pretty.
In the ring before, he knows the in and out about fighting, and it's just that we have to transfer that because he's using his legs and elbows and everything, and grabbing. So we kind of, I don't know, did a new foundation and made him more elusive. You know, made him more elusive. He throws his punches with just bad intentions. And I just believe the consistency.
Now let's get tactical. Picture Stevenson's dream blueprint. Control the range, snap the jab, work the angles, and frustrate Lopez until impatience cracks him open. That plan assumes Lopez will misstep, handing space on a silver platter. But now, Imagine Lopez walking in with tighter head movement and sudden, compact counters. Suddenly, Stevenson doesn't get the breathing room he's counting on. Tyson's guidance isn't a magic wand. Nobody's claiming Lopez will turn into Sugar Ray overnight. But even a fraction of that old-school craft could shave away chunks of Stevenson's free space, forcing him into explosive counters or messy exchanges he'd rather avoid. That's why Mike's words land heavier than bravado. They're a sharp reminder that, in this fight, the chessboard is far from settled.
Well, so you have to have a constant attack. You can't go out there toe-to-toe slugging. You got to cut him off, chase him.
Cut the ring off.
Yeah.
I think he's got good footwork.
And he has good speed, too.
He's got great speed. He's got great power.
Now, let's pull back and look at the human side of it. Tyson dropping cautionary words about Stevenson isn't just talk. It's a media masterstroke. Headlines light up instantly. Iron Mike warns the young champion. Fans buzz, analysts dissect, and the fighters themselves feel the ripple. There's no malice here. It's boxing. Veterans push into the space of younger fighters because it sells fights, and it forces those young stars to sharpen mentally. Stevenson sees this on social media, and he's faced with two paths. Lean into it, letting the words refine him, or react emotionally and let it fracture his focus. True champions take that noise and turn it into fuel. Extra reps, tighter sparring, heightened attention. And history has a lesson written clearly. The best fighters transform doubt into precision, into added layers of preparation, never letting it weaken their foundation. Where fans and analysts get playful, the real question lingers. Is Tyson's involvement just strategic theater? Could the Lopez camp be subtly planting a hint of doubt into Stevenson's feed? Maybe. Boxing has always been as much about mind games as it is about punches. A viral clip of Tyson leaning over Lopez, whispering technical secrets, becomes a stage, forcing Stevenson and his team to react, publicly or privately. And every reaction peels back a layer of strategy. Do they counter with sparring leaks? Highlight Stevenson's defensive brilliance in interviews? Suddenly, the social war becomes another round to win. Meanwhile, new training footage from Shakur's camp has surfaced, but let's be clear, none of this erases his strengths. The kid's film reads like a masterclass in elite movement, timing, and unshakable calm under pressure. He's outboxed top opponents, and his team knows exactly how to construct a plan around his gifts. Tyson's words aren't a prophecy of doom. They're a siren, a reminder to respect the threat, to stay sharp. And champions? They don't panic. They convert reminders into discipline, focus, and extra edge. That, above all, is exactly what Shakur seems to be doing right now.
Beat your head. Put that in there.
Loosen up a little bit. Shadow boxing, get some sparring. Maybe about 8 to 10 rounds, and
everybody talking about Teo gonna win. Y'all all know that he gonna win, bro. Shakur actually fight accurate people, like not bums. Like he fought Oscar Valdez. Tate pulled out the fight because he's scared. Ryan Garcia is scared. Like they all scared. Even Devin Haney. Shakur gonna stop him. This easy. That's so easy. Y'all already know the question. Shakur on top.
I don't know. It ain't like I said. Your boxing get better by the hour, okay? Soon, you'll be undefeated.
Niggas will all be just sitting back. You saw him waiting though, right? He was waiting.
All right, let's turn up the heat for a second. Predicting the fight is fun, sure, but the real story lives in the human drama unfolding. A legendary figure taking a rising contender under his wing, while that same legend publicly sizes up a stylistic genius like Stevenson. It's pure, old-school boxing theater. Past collides with present, ego clashes with craft, and the media circus spins every detail into fuel for the narrative. When fight night hits, all the speculation, all the social media opera, will either explode in relevance or fade into the background. The bell becomes the ultimate judge, but the build-up? That's where the story already lives. Tyson's coaching clips, his subtle warnings, they've layered the drama, sharpened the tension, and made the stakes feel bigger. Honestly, it's cooler that way.
It all works hand in hand. It flows like water, as Bruce Lee says. And let me tell you, Tyson Fury said it doesn't matter if he has Muhammad Ali, Bruce Lee, and Mike Tyson training him. The fact of the matter is, all of those three combined are a novelty of the cuss style, of a boxing style that Mike knows like the back of his hand. And
So, what should viewers keep their eyes glued to when the fight actually drops? First, watch how Lopez moves after those Tyson sessions. Look for tighter defense, less reckless exposure, more compact, calculated entries that hint at something learned. Second, pay attention to Stevenson's footwork, that choreographed precision. Does Lopez start closing the gap more effectively? Or does Stevenson craft even sharper angles to stay in control? Third, tune into the mental battlefield. How do both fighters handle pressure when it lands? The opening exchanges will reveal a huge part of the story. And if Tyson's guidance shows up early in Lopez's game, you can bet that's the headline the press will be rewriting for days afterward.
What's the right fight for you, Teo?
The best fighting the best. And I think that since, you know, after a tremendous performance by Crawford against Canelo, you see that type of fight and the magnitude it brings, you know, you want to emulate it.
You could have fought anybody as well. 135, look for unification. For you, why was this the right one?
If you look in and around my weight class, I can't get the other big fighters to get in the ring. So you got to go to somebody who's willing to do it, and he was willing to do it, so now we're here.
What do you think of Shakur, his style?
Great fighter. Good fighter. He knows how to fight. He knows how to box inside, outside. He knows how to use his lateral movement. So I think that all those things I need in order to enhance my skill sets and also to challenge myself, because we can't say we are the best if we don't see it or look for it or even go out there and test it.
You've been critical of him, though, over recent months. Like you said he had the power of a 6-year-old at one point on social media. You did, yeah. You had a lot of tweets over there.
I don't even remember. Dang. I don't even know what I'd be doing.
But you seem to believe that 140 may be a bridge too far for him, a step too far for him.
Shakur was honestly the most flawless from 123 all the way down to 114. Since then, he's had his shares of victories. I think 135 was his top tier. 140, I think we just gotta wait and see. You know what I mean? And for him to even come.
The first few exchanges will reveal a huge chunk of the story. If Tyson's lessons show up early in Lopez's game, that's the headline the press will be rewriting for days. But before we wrap, here's the reality check. Clips don't win fights. Reputation doesn't win fights. Preparation does. Tyson's presence, it's a rich, evocative storyline ingredient, but it isn't destiny. What truly matters is whether those lessons were absorbed, whether Stevenson's camp adjusts on the fly, and whether fight night execution matches the plan. That's the real drama of boxing. All the chatter, all the hype. It's just background noise until the bell rings and the fighters step in to tell the story themselves.
I was already going up to the 40s. I was already at 40.
Yeah, for sure.
So you see that 10-pound gap. I was thinking I was probably gonna move up to 47.
Okay,
bit.
seeing me, you think I'm smaller in person, or like, what do you think?
I know nothing.
Okay.
I know nothing, man.
I think that was your angle with Lomachenko. Like, I felt like you knew how little Lomachenko was, and you kind of capitalized off of that.
Heck no, that man was a lot.
This is the kind of subplot that makes Fight Week utterly irresistible. You get boxing IQ, you get raw theater, and you get the thrill of watching young fighters grow under the looming shadow of legends. Mike Tyson stepping into Teofimo Lopez's camp and cautioning Shakur Stevenson? That's exactly the kind of spicy headline that pulls us closer to the screen, heart racing. So grab your snacks, clear your calendar, and sink into the beautiful, messy, brilliant chaos that only boxing can deliver. Who wins? That's the math the bell will solve. But the build-up? It's already a knockout story. And if you love this deep dive, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss the next chapter of the drama unfolding in the ring.